Hello, I'm Jelelle Awen, and this is day 33. Woo! Of 33 videos in my series called Deepen, and today obviously is a completion of this series and all of the places that you have been during this series, whether you took in all of them or just some of them, whether you're going to go back and do certain ones as you're drawn to them. However you decide and feel to experience this series, it's really there for you whenever you want it. I was starting to call it a toolbox. So you might even find certain videos as you go back to them that you'll have a deepening experience of them. And some of them work off of each other. So as you get to know your gatekeeper, you then are able to go more into the meta-soul, for example. So in the actual process of SoulFullHeart, as we work through sessions with people, it's very organic. It's not this linear, meet your inner mother, meet your inner punisher, meet your inner teenager. It's much more arising based on the person and where they are and what they need. So this is one of the big pieces today that I want to extend to you, is this bridge of deepening that comes from actually having a session with one of us, where you can ground in, you can be felt specifically in your parts and what their dynamics are, and it can be extremely helpful to digest. Probably, if you've been doing all of the meditations especially, that is a lot of content. That is a lot of new discovery. Even if you've been sort of sleeping your way through it, that's still, there's a consciousness awakening that's happening there and a calibration to something that you might really need to land in the heart of one of us who live this as our way of life. So that's the biggest piece I could say. This series really is intended as a bridge to the deeper work, which is ongoing process, ongoing sessions. We have group sessions. We have group sessions here in Victoria. So if you were really stimulated into new awakenings, new discoveries through this series, I really encourage you to go inward with that, continue to go inward, but also reach out if that's what feels right for you and where you're drawn. So I want to express personally, I shared a little bit yesterday in the writing I did, but for me, this has been a deepening for me. It was last year too, when I did Metamorphosis. This year has really felt like an expansion into this higher service, higher timeline service of love self that's even more grounded in what I feel and believe my life to be and why I'm here. So I felt, as I was going along in this series, I felt new degrees of clarity come through me, new levels of confidence in what I was offering. I felt more connections happening. This is also because of doing more and more sessions with women as well. So it's kind of, all these seeds have been planted over these years, and this is a big sprouting. That's how I experienced it for myself. And as I shared about, I also sprained a muscle in my back during the series. So that was kind of my spine saying, oh, we got to let some stuff go in order to come into the new, in this new spine. So on this last day, I'm feeling a sense of that, of this expanded capacity to hold. And that capacity comes, mostly for me now, it's about service, but it really has come from genuinely and authentically doing this work for over 15 years myself. So everything that I have offered you, every part, every movement, every process, I have engaged with myself and continue to engage with, and plus all of us as a community as well. So this really is genuinely my way of life, and I have seen and felt it continually transform and transmute the traumas in me that I signed up for this life to be able to go into the new and hold the new. I just feel authentically that it's so powerful. And of course, because it accesses love, and that is the most powerful energy. It is the energy that can transmute any fear into love again. So from my heart to yours, thank you for joining me in whatever ways you have. I will be back again to wrap this up today, but I want to have my beloveds who are here share with you whatever they'd like to from their hearts, and we will start with my daughter, Raianna. So we're going to move the camera to her.
Hi. Hi everyone. Wow, so I have had pretty major process this month, and these videos have been so helpful in order to choose the ones that support where my process is going. So I haven't necessarily been able to do all of them going so deeply into my own process, but I have been able to revisit ones that are so key to where I need to go. So the big thing for me has been meeting a new inner punisher. And even though I've worked with an inner punisher before and I know all about it, going back to that inner punisher video, this part of me is able to take in, learn about himself. And to have a space to connect to him was so important for him. And these guys have all been amazing, supporting me through my process. And yet when I don't have them to turn to, I have these videos to have, my mom's energy to support me in that moment and teach me how to support myself in moments when I just want to connect to a certain part of me. And listening to how she bridges it is so incredible to me, because that's one of the biggest things I'm trying to learn right now, is how to bridge this work, how to bring what's in your heart and what's your truth without pushing, without having any expectations or tugs or reading someone out and saying where they need to go, just giving people the tools to do with it what they can, and just out of pure experience and love and a desire to serve love. And it's just like mind-boggling how she's managed to do this, and with a sprained back for half of it. It's just so in her heart and soul, and it's in all of these guys' heart and soul, and being surrounded by it is amazing and overwhelming. But not living with these people, these videos are such a good way to bridge yourself to this world and to these parts of yourself in your own inner world. And having support of them as well is even better. So I highly recommend sessions. It's like you can go to really deep places just on your own, but having someone else that really loves this work and can truly be a testament to it will just deepen it like tens of thousands. And I don't know, it's hard to see a lot of things without a mirror. So yeah, I just adore all of it, and I'm so excited to see what's next for me and to see what new things come up for me as I watch the videos. And feeling all of your comments and your love and support is so incredible. So thank you all for watching, and I hope you continue to go in and deepen.
You're here. I haven't also been through every single video myself. I still have some that I need to look at, but I do know that from the very beginning of this series that it started me on a path. Like I had this intention, like, okay, I'm just going to go be with this. I'm going to go, and yeah, I've done this work for 6 years, but the point of Deepen is it's like a spiraling thing. And what happened for me is that a reacquainting relationship with old parts, new parts, and then I felt myself on this journey, a quest inside myself, and that quest has put me on a track. personally. So I've got this new relationship with my masculine and my feminine, gatekeeper, edging on star family connection again. And again, it's just a spiraling effect. So it's not about getting through the whole series in one fell swoop. It's just kind of picking and choosing what works for you, what feels to be in your field. It's like taking a book and just opening up to a page in some ways. That feels good to me. I'm going to check that out. And somehow it'll connect some dots for you, as it is beginning to do for me. And this quest inside myself has led me to want to begin a series with Raphael in which we want to bridge this series with how does it relate to men. Every time I'm watching these videos, I'm like, what is it? How would a man interpret this? How is a man feeling about this? So I want to take everything that Jelelle's done and inspired by her amazing ability just to like say it clearly and with heart and with a clear understanding about what she's here to do. I felt that kind of clunk inside myself this past 33 days, and I just want to take that and just see about transmitting that out for men to see where we can bridge that for them with Raphael. So that's been a huge piece for me, like an awakening inside of myself, another layer of leadership and desire. So it's a big benefit for me, and now I get to take that with me in my own process and then bring that out to others. And again, just like Jelelle said, just like Raianna said, to have personal sessions really takes what you have. It's kind of like you've met these parts, but then to be felt by another in space is just like a different circumstance. It just clicks in so much deeper, and you can take that with you and start marching on with other aspects of yourself. It's just this great mystery of yourself. And when you look at 33 days and everything that Jelelle looked at, it's like this is the scope and sequence of SoulFullHeart, and it's just astounding. Astounding how like deep and like it's like depth and breadth. It's not just this little narrow window. It's a lot going on. So it's quite exceptional. And so I think this series kind of proves that. And I hope that, for those of you that have really connected deeply with it, I really recommend getting a session with Jelelle or one of us to see where this can go for you, because it's pretty amazing. So I have a lot of respect and admiration for Jelelle and for what she's done these past 33 days. Incredible.
Thank you, Gabriel.
You're welcome. Thank you.
And you have to tell me if that look good. Hi, this is Sara. She never made an appearance in the videos, but she's here today. I'm still taking in the videos myself too, but I've also had really good movement and really interesting discoveries from taking them in, again, even after doing this work for a few years. And so even for all of us, it just continues to deepen. It's not, as Jelelle has kind of highlighted too throughout this series, like there's no end to the layers that are possible. And it just deepens even more when you opt to be felt in it by someone who has been in this process for a while, who is embodying the work as we are. So I'm going to give Sara to Gabriel for a second. It's been really amazing, just as Gabriel said, too, watching Jelelle hold this series and the clarities coming through. It's been a gift to all of us to take that in. It's really helped my desire to be on a couple of these videos with Jelelle too, has really helped me feel my desire to be a bigger, better leader for young women and maybe young men too, if that's drawn. Just to be more of the beacon that I am here to be, just as you're here to be too. Maybe this inspires your leadership. It's inspiring Raianna's, it's inspiring Gabriel and Raphael's as well. And that's what it feels like we're really here to take away from this, is to really be a leader inside of ourselves with our parts, with our metasoul aspects, to lead the deepening, the healing, the ascension, the going into higher vibrations daily or in every moment. And just to consciously start being in that process, and then stepping into the leadership of service of love of others, with others.
It's just a natural overflow of this process. But it has to start here. So it's been really touching to see and feel how everybody's been receiving these videos. You've had profound movements in whatever way and capacity you were meant to at this time. And it would really be, it's already been amazing to feel some people, some of you taking in these videos and then saying, I want a session, like now, please. Just as another way to help deepen your personal process. So if you follow the lead of that and you actually start having sessions, even just trying one, which is totally allowed. If you just want to dip your toe in and see how it goes, then we definitely welcome that, and you will benefit. This is profound work. It has incredible depth, and the depth doesn't stop. Just as the depth within you doesn't stop. So thank you for being here.
Thanks, Kalayna. To tell me. How's that?
That's great.
That's good.
Hello, everyone. I want to just lead off with a feeling that I know has been going through many of you as you've been watching this series, that we've heard profusely already, is a deep, deep thank you towards Jelelle for the intention, the commitment, and the daily output. And I've been really amazed watching her. I've sat here in this chair opposite Jelelle for many of the sessions. I got to be a guest on a few of them. And for me personally, I was deeply amazed at I think you'll know what I mean if I use these words, how abnormally normal Jelelle is. And in that is such a beautiful offering to everyone that's in relationship with her, is they esteem her deeply without pedestalizing her into some stratosphere that doesn't feel attainable. And I know Jelelle loves to be loved and admired, like we all do. But the moment she feels herself being pedestalized to some out of reach place, it's stop. No, this is about you. This is about the individual coming into their fullness, into their freedom, into their infinity. And I've been really amazed and stunned, feeling the teaching, even at times part of me feeling enviable. That's so dang clear. I know what we were doing 5 minutes before you sat down in this chair and looked at the camera and pushed that start button. And the heart and intention and the clarity. And then she would build on 3 or 4 points, and I would see her going, I wonder if she's going to remember to come back to that point. Sure enough, she winds her way.
That's amazing.
And I hope that's an inspiration to you, that your gifts can be just as dynamic and powerful and unique. So I want to just resonate with and thank you for your gratitude, because that is a currency of exchange. Also, I wanted to mention that possibly for you, your next step is about going into you, and possibly this is the end of externalizing help to something external and feeling that it really is about you, and that any bridge that we may offer to you is really about you, helping you help yourself in a profound way. And whether that is, maybe I'll back up here. I think my heart is again full with the sense of we are free. We are finally free to feel all there is to feel. And then as we get to know these parts of ourselves and be there to feel what they are feeling, so that they can have the experience of being felt by an other with an open heart, even if that other is you, is so, so profound. We finally get to feel. And for your personal journey, if that next step is trying out a session with one of us, whether it's already in your heart that we know of people relating to us now that are so deeply touched by the work and would dream of seeing themselves being even a facilitator of the work, and others are saying, I so want to come and visit you in person, and I am in envy of your community. Whatever the bandwidth is of your unfolding with us, I'd like to offer you to know that it is a sacred co-leadership and co-creation of something poignant and powerful into the world. And Jelelle has so beautifully laid out in 33 segments what that is about in its current breadth and scope. And that will change, that will expand as your hearts continue to unfold with ours. I really want to acknowledge a sacred gift of your involvement with us, your exchange of support and love and money and future dreams and hopes. These are magical, alive creations in whatever form they take. And so my heart is filled with excitement and anticipation about what good things want to come.
Thanks, Raphael. I think I got it. I'm just going to be turning it around. Everyone say hi again. Oh, it's only 21 minutes. Feels full. Well, that gives you a sense of the community that I live in and receive support from, and even got a bit emotional and teary, feeling the appreciations coming from them and often coming from you that have shared with me too. So I'm getting a big, beautiful mirror. And I've watched some of the videos, and I see a me that I go, wow. I don't tend to judge myself anymore, and that's the inner Punisher work, to not do that, to be able to show up on video in whatever hair, makeup, whatever clothes, whatever mood is going on, and just love myself enough to say I have something to offer. So it's beautiful what each of them have offered about this is a mirror view. So whatever you've seen or admire or appreciate in what I've shared or my presence, that is you, seeing you. So that would be definitely my biggest piece to take away from this series, is what is possible as you connect within, as you connect to these parts that are very often disowned and lost and very, very much needing you. And especially the ones that feel kind of unlovable and difficult and challenging, those are the ones to love even more. And there are so many timelines in your soul waiting for your attention, your ambassadorship, your love, your ability to move their traumas into something new, not just past lives, but in a very alive way that transforms your current reality. So I'm finding myself in this moment so in love with this process, and I hope you felt that too. And as all of us have said, if you feel called to fall in love deeper, the next place is to have a date with us. Through a session. You don't have to get married. Just have a date and see how it goes. So as we wrap up these 33 days, I'm going to say from my heart to you, thank you so much for joining me. We have so many offerings. So I have 4 books. We have writings from all of us every week that come out in our newsletter. We have postings on Facebook, and we have a whole cache of videos as well for you to take in on our YouTube channel. So there's a lot to take in, and I'm also inspired by this series, writing a book that will overview all of SoulFullHeart in the way that I've done in these videos. And I think it'll come out pretty smoothly based on having to lay it out like this, as I have. So there's that to look forward to as well. So thank you again for joining us and for being here. Love to you.
Bye for now.
Bye for now.
Bye.